Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It's time for the main card of Hub City Fight Night 8.
Oh, here we go.
We are starting off with some bad blood between two fighters, Jermaine King Shinobi Anthony and Will Pittman. King Shinobi coming out first. Jermaine Anthony, you may recall him from Hub City Fight Night 7 versus Lane Rome in the main event, fighting for the title. Originally, let's give you a little backstory on why there's bad blood here between these two. Originally scheduled for 145. Pittman says, hey man, I'm not gonna make weight, let's do 155. Jermaine says, all right. A lot of talk at the weigh-ins. There's just a lot of bad blood, there's a lot of talk. These guys are chirping back and forth, apparently something about teammates, this, that, the other. It doesn't matter now because all the talk is over. They're about to walk into the cage. Jermaine Anthony, again, is one of those guys. He's just a wild striker kind of guy, but in a good way, right? He mixes up his attack. He's unpredictable. We saw that against Lane Rowe. And he was scheduled originally for his pro debut back in, I believe, April for APFC, Anthony Pettis Fighting Championship. And he got injured, decided to stay amateur. And really, he said, man, I asked him, coming back into Jackson, you were the bad man last time. He said, man, I'm always the bad man. It don't matter. No matter where I go, I'm always the bad man. He said he's coming to shut lights out, and I'm expecting this to be just a complete all-out brawl between these two guys.
I don't think there's going to be much thinking, feeling out. Probably not a lot of cage work. No. Probably not a lot of ground game, if I had to guess.
And we talked about seasoned veterans early. These two guys are seasoned veterans, both like in the double digits of fights as an amateur. And Jermaine is just one of these guys, man. I love watching him fight. I love the energy he brings, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do here tonight against Will Pittman.
About to make his entrance is the opponent, Will Pittman, coming out of Bushido MMA. And you kind of skipped this in the story because you were telling me earlier. Okay. There was a little bit of yelling going on at the weigh-ins last night, I believe, right?
So
between these two,
I had to pull Jermaine back. They just kept chirping back and forth. And then you had, after the face-off, the interview, they just kept on chirping. Jermaine was all the way in the parking lot, and Pittman was still in the little, the
patio area.
The patio, thank you for the words. The patio area, and then they just keep chirping back and forth. Ryan finally had to be like, hey, look, save it for the fight. Make sure your people don't
guys.
act
Calm
crazy
down.
at the
What's going on?
You know, because last time whenever Jermaine fought Lane Rowe, there's a little bit of an incident in the crowd during the fight. We're trying to make sure that nothing of that's going to go on tonight as well. So, man, but Pittman, dude, he's a fan favorite everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
Dude, he's an entertainer. He's a crowd pleaser. He likes to put on fights. He likes to put on really good fights. And he's fought some of the best local guys, Alexander Shank, Savon Kanto, Blake Grant, a lot of dominant fighters, and an intense stare down as soon as he just walked in. I can't wait for this fight to actually happen.
Let's let Richard kick us off with the announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is set for three-minute rounds of MMA action. When the fight begins, the man in charge, referee, Tyler Martin. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 156 pounds, from Kenton, Ohio, representing Victory MMA, the Shinobi, Jermaine Anthony. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 155 pounds, from Paducah, Kentucky, representing Quest MMA, Will Pittman.
All right, no more waiting. Let's kick off this main card right. Will Pittman versus Jermaine King Shinobi Anthony.
I have no
155,
idea
no glove touch, bad blood as we spoke about, and starting off strong.
Jermaine's a pretty solid 155er, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Because this was supposed to be at 145. These guys are supposed to be 10 pounds lighter than they are.
Oh, man,
and, yeah, it's going to be some fireworks.
Yeah, Anthony is coming in hot, but kind of gets in a guillotine from Pittman up against the cage here. Jermaine immediately throws him down and gets out of the guillotine.
I say it didn't look like he had it.
Yeah, it didn't look very tight, but he was kind of holding him, trying to probably catch his breath because they came out pretty hot.
Right.
All right.
This isn't really a fight that I would expect on the ground.
I was about to say, I called it wrong about 4 minutes ago. I said I doubt we go to the ground or against the cage, but here we are.
We saw some wrestling in Jermaine whenever he fought Lane Rowe. But, you know, it's not a place that I really expect him to go. I know that he has some TKO wins by ground and pound and things like that, but I mean, he seems like he's a guy that likes to stand and bang and brawl and throw. So I'm surprised by that. But with Will Pittman being the aggressive striker that he is, I'm not necessarily surprised so much. You know what I mean? Will's doing a good job of using the cage. He does have his toes in there, but he is doing a good job of using the cage, trying to kind of push off of it. But Tyler Martin's all over him.
Tyler keeps catching him. Oh, that last left hook from Anthony kind of clipped the side of Pittman's head.
Again, a couple veterans in the sport, 14 fights. I believe Pittman's got about 10 or so at least.
Ooh, did you hear those through the headset? Those body shots just shook the cage all the way across to our side where the commentary table is. Anthony was putting some pressure on with those.
These two guys are tough. And the fact that these two guys are leading off the main card, this could be a main event anywhere.
I was about to say that.
Like literally any other organization, this could be a main event. Yet it is starting the main card off. That just tells you how
the main event.
Yeah, that tells you how great these next 4 fights plus this one is going to be.
Anthony sneaks out. Ooh, Pittman.
Big kicks. Big up kicks. Jermaine wants him to get up.
Yeah.
He's waiting for Tyler to stand him up. All right, I would wear out those legs too if I had the chance. Right?
If I could.
Right back to the wrestling again.
Yep.
I mean, smart move, right? He's controlling the cage and controlling the positions. I'm sure his control time is out the roof right now, but not much is being done damage-wise. So really, how far does that go on the scorecard for the judges? 10 seconds left.
That was a quick first round.
It did feel like a quick first round.
Oh, yeah. Tyler stepped in because that might have.
Oh, here comes the talk again. They're still at it. They're still going at it.
Anthony looking like he feels pretty good about that first round.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean, no, I wouldn't say that's a bad thing.
Jermaine doesn't have any cornermen, or
does he not want any cornermen?
Oh, they were somewhere else.
There they are. Oh, man, that's not a good delay.
Jermaine's like, what the heck, man? Fair enough. But, hey, Jermaine did control that first round, I believe. I mean, the wrestling that he had, the big leg kick, very first start.
Yeah, the very first
right?
one, yep.
So Jermaine Anthony and my scorecard is up 1-0 right now. Still a really even open fight, though. Not much damage was done in that very first round, so both guys should still be pretty fresh, other than the grappling exchanges. Let's look to see what Will Pittman can do in the second round versus Jermaine Anthony.
All right.
Both these guys just look.
I was about to say, look at them sprint and just tackle each other.
Yeah.
And round two begins. Here we go.
Jermaine pointed at the ground like, are we going to throw or what?
Yeah, we're going to do this or we're going to go back to the ground? What are we doing here?
And it's just right back to the clinch. Big body shots from Pittman now. Now he's starting to work the body. He's changing the levels, right? Good takedown defense so far. That's kind of deep.
I was about to say, does he have that?
That's kind of deep.
Anthony's trying to get out of it now.
He's out.
Yeah, I was like.
As soon as he got off the cage, there was a ton of openings there.
Oh, some big shots from Anthony.
Yep.
Oh, big knee from Pittman.
Do you know Jermaine was scheduled to fight Keaston McLean back at Black Tie?
I did know that, and I forgot about that. Yeah, that was, yeah.
That would have been a barn burner right there.
Because who stepped in for that Keaston fight?
Craig Archie.
I was about to say, that was Archie, wasn't it? That's why, I was like.
On a 24-hour notice.
That's right.
Big takedown.
He had to work that night.
Big takedown by Jermaine Anthony. Oh, trying to use the cage.
Yep, can't do that.
I'm not really sure what Jermaine was trying to do there with the foot so high up, because Pittman really could have grabbed that and flipped him over.
I'm about to say, yeah.
Timeout.
Tyler's probably about to do something about that one.
Is he deducting a point?
I wouldn't be surprised. Yep. I mean, that's like enough times in a row. Tyler changed his mind.
Interesting. I like it. A deduction of a point goes a long way, too, because if Jermaine wins this round, then he's down, what, 10-9, 10-8, so down 20-17. He'd have to win the fight there.
Oh,
big left hand
from
Jermaine.
Anthony. Ooh, all right.
Again, going right. Dustin Poirier all over again.
I know.
Don't be silly. Jump the ghillie, right? Pittman's got a super wide stance right now.
Yeah.
Probably not the most stable. Maybe an easy takedown for Jermaine if he can sweep the leg out from under him.
Pittman looking to his corner, trying to get some advice.
Got about 40 seconds left in the round here. Again, I say this isn't the fight that I expected, but then again, it kind of is, because at the same time, you know, with a striker like Pittman, if I'm Anthony, you know, maybe the ground isn't the worst place to be. If you feel like you can control the fight there, why not, right? And if it's easy for you to get him there, then take the advantage where you can. I know this wrestling, though, it's going to tire Pittman out. It may even tire Anthony out, because this is a lot of
Anthony with the takedown, though.
Yeah. It's a lot of contact. It's a lot of endurance being used here, a lot of energy being used. We're really going to see in round 3, if we get there, who's going to be the fresher fighter.
Yeah.
10 seconds left. It looks
like we're going to make it there.
Yeah, looks like we're going to hit a round 3 here. Big shots to end the round there from Anthony. Oh, a little blood coming from Jermaine's nose there. Good round. The deduction of the point makes me feel like Jermaine won the round, right?
I agree.
think even the grappling exchanges make me feel like he won the round. So if that's the case, we're at a 10-9 and a 10-8 in my book. 2017, Will Pittman's got to find the finish in this third round.
I agree.
To be able to do so. What does Pittman have to do, though? I mean, you know, in the striking exchanges, it looks like Shinobi has been a little more fresher, a little more accurate in the striking exchanges.
Yeah.
If we look at the grappling game, it seems like Jermaine's been a little more dominant in the grappling. So where can Pittman win this fight? I think he's just got to kind of...
I think it's activity. He can't just sit against the cage with the half guillotine looking at his corner waiting for the next move. He's going to have to make a move because these 3 minutes are going to go by quick.
If I'm taking out a page of Lane Rowe's book, you've got to counter-strike against Jermaine Anthony. That's going to be his best bet for Pittman right now. Round 3, here we go. Pittman's just energy just seems a little low, though.
It does.
Maybe he's conserving for a little late push, but
I feel like that little push kick might have stumbled him a little bit.
The leg kind of flopped there. I got real nervous. I was like, please don't tell me.
It's like we don't need
knock
that.
on wood. Oh,
Oof.
those are big spinning
kicks from
kick.
Pittman.
And he's setting everything up with these leg kicks. Now he's got to get off the cage.
Yeah.
He's been losing the fight when his back's on the cage. He's got to get off of that. Don't jump the guillotine. Turn around. Try and get Jermaine on the cage and unload. That's what you got to do, Pittman, if you're going to win this fight right now. But Jermaine, man, he's like suffocating against the cage
he's
right
just
now.
holding Pittman against it. And again, that's what, back to the activity thing, that's just.
Starting to hear some boos from the crowd.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen soon.
I would like to see the people that boo get in the cage and see what happens there.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Bro, I mean, just doing this right here, that takes a lot of skill, right? Like, I know I tried to tackle Ryan Collins just a minute ago, but I wouldn't be able to hold him against the cage. Don't let him know that I said that.
Yeah, we'll keep your secret safe here.
Deal.
Again,
not a lot of activity.
It's kind of exactly where we were for a large majority of that second round. Just Anthony's head down, Pittman in the wide stance, not really doing anything. Kind of.
And so, like, if I'm Tyler Martin, knowing this is the third round, if there's not a lot of activity, do I split it up here?
Yeah.
I mean, they're still exchanging, right? They're still going through the different techniques, the different motions, the different positions, but with it being the main card,
I know.
like, I don't know. Is it a disservice to the fighters of breaking this up? I don't know.
We're down to just about a minute left in this last and final round.
So Pittman's got to do something. the wrestling of Jermaine Anthony's looked a lot better than the last time I saw him. Oh, here we go. They break it up. Break it up. Crowd likes it.
Oh,
right back to, oh, Banjo just about fell.
Yeah, best say our camera guy, Banjo, just about ate it from that one.
I'm glad he's okay. His eyes got pretty wide. Pittman's being a little more active in the striking right now. These strikes hurt, right? Like we're seeing a little grimace from Anthony right now, but.
Is it enough though?
No, I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either.
10 seconds left. It's like just survive at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean.
We're starting to see that urgency that we expected in the later round, but.
It's a little too late.
Oh, and a little spank.
Boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, we might see a little, might have some tension coming out here. Pittman exchanging some words. A little unsportsmanlike conduct at the end of that one. Pittman is still talking smack to Anthony. Oh boy. All right, they're hugging it out. That could have gotten a little tense. We were waiting for the rest of the staff to make their way into the cage, though. And we are still waiting for these judges' scorecards, but in just a second, we will pass it to Richard for the official decision of Will Pittman versus Jermaine Anthony. Fight number 10 of Hub City Fight Night 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, both fighters fought all 3 rounds. We go to a judge's decision. Your winner by unanimous decision, the Shinobi, Jermaine Anthony.
Jermaine Anthony back in the win column in Jackson, Tennessee. How's it feel, bro?
Hey, Will Pittman, hey, he was a great opponent, real tough. He broke my jaw one of those rounds. I'm barely talking right now, but real hard hitter, you know. He stepped up to all the shit he was talking, so no real respect for him. I'm gonna go get my jaw taken care of.
All right, I'm not gonna ask you any more questions. Jermaine King Shinobi Anthony, ladies and gentlemen.